Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and welcome to the Libra cross watches, or the cross watches for Libra, I should say. This is your love life prediction for the month of March. Spirit, what is happening for Libra in the month of March when it comes to love? What are the top themes? Oh my gosh, that's a lot. A lot is happening. You've got trine and flow, Neptune and dreams. Ooh, a lot of your dreams might actually be flowing into fruition is what I'm feeling with that. That's beautiful. Also, like, get in and around water. You've got opposition and balance, Sagittarius, the Voyager, square and challenge, and Venus and love. The Voyager and balance. You're on a journey to seek balance after possibly not enjoying it, or possibly not having it to enjoy, I should say. Yeah, there's a sense of travel and adventure here, but there's also a sense of overcoming challenges in love. And there may be a few roadblocks. There may still be a few bumps in the road, delays. And there may be a few delays in travel, and you've just got to actually go with the flow. You've actually just got to, like, there's something about enjoy the challenges, enjoy the roadblocks, enjoy the redirections, the detours. You're actually really going to enjoy the detours that happen here. And I do feel like this is almost reading like a complete story right here. It's like, if you can go with the flow, remember who or what you dreamt about and what's important to you, what your dreams are. Remember to believe in magic. Then you can find balance even when something feels like it's completely against you. And you can have a sense of spirit and adventure, and you can have a happy-go-lucky attitude towards any of the challenges that come up so that love can blossom. That is like a complete story here for you, Libra. And you guys, you love being in love, and you do have a strong sense of what it is that you're looking for. You may even have someone on your mind as a memory, and it's like almost like taking the pieces of different people from your memory, even if it's like people that you idolized as a child, or like a teen, I should say, you know, like people you saw on TV that you idolize. It's taking like pieces of memories that kind of like formed a picture for someone that you would love to spend your life with, or if I had someone like that, you know, it's taking those kind of people or qualities and testing them out in the real world and allowing them to flow into your existence now, allowing them to form in the 5D and take it from a sense of like unconscious, subconscious, dreamland. And I feel like a parallel lunar universe. I just said luniverse, so it could have to do with the next full moon as well. It just feels like something is coming to a head. Interesting. I do feel like with this challenge card that something's going to work out. You've got the gold leaf kind of in this image here, the gold leaf squares. And it feels like this sense of adventure is needed. In fact, it feels like these three cards kind of go hand in hand. This opposition and this square and challenge needs an adventurous or free-thinking kind of mindset to overcome. It feels like there's like an inner fiery side to you that kind of like throws caution to the wind. And that's where those seeming challenges and seeming oppositions, right, can actually become something that shapes your dreams about what you're looking for in love. That is very, very interesting. That shapes, it's almost like the water will shape this square into a smooth stone. there does feel like there needs to be an important conversation happening in the month of March as well. And potentially with self. I mean, we should always have important conversations around love with ourselves, but it feels like someone is holding a mirror up to you, or the way that you're looking at someone, you're realizing that behavior is also within me. And I need to confront that. I need to address that. I need to call myself out on that. And actually, instead of being tactless about this situation, you're actually asked to be generous with your honesty. You're actually being called, or you're calling yourself out to be generous with your honesty. And it's like radical. It feels radical honesty, so that when that challenge comes up again, you can actually gain so much more momentum in a relationship or towards love, because you're radically honest with self and you're able to communicate with that person that you're possibly having the conflict with and say, do you know what? As I said, I learnt my lesson from last time, and I can feel that I'm starting to get angry, or I can feel that I'm starting to become self-righteous about this and egotistical about this. I realize that I realize that sometimes I can be too distant, right? With the Voyager, it can also be distant. Sometimes I realize I can be too distant, and instead of like having an angry outburst and running away, what I'm actually going to do here is sit with you just in silence for a minute, if you'll give me that, right? And just to balance things out, balance my energy, so that we can put each block on the table and discuss each one. Okay, it might feel really hard to do, but I feel like once you do it, it motivates you to keep wanting to tackle the next block and to soften the edges of the next square. You know, to put water, and water is emotion. It feels like you've got to put some emotion around these sharp edges. And when you can do this with someone, and you can face the hurt and face the frustration, you'll actually like reorient the direction of the flow. It feels like a river that suddenly has a new angle to go off. And this feels like a very life-changing behavioral shift for you, or possibly another person. If you're not resonating with this, but you know someone who needs to do this, I do feel there is a breakthrough coming here. And through that, it just makes this person so much more attractive, or it makes you so much more attractive. And in fact, then you can both focus on the pleasure of love. Then you can both focus on receiving and giving, and just enjoy the beauty and the harmony, because harmony and balance, right? Virgo energy here, Sagittarius energy here, Cancer energy here, Sagittarius, of course. Did I say that already? And even like Gemini energy here with the opposition kind of energy. Let's get some tarot on the table. I've talked enough. Wow. What do I want to know? We talked about the opposition. We talked about the challenge. Let's talk about the voyage. What is the voyage of love? What kind of journey are we talking about here? Give us the good things, Libra. For Libra, please. Spirit. Whoa. The Six of Wands. Yeah, there is a sense of success coming. And the Three of Wands. Looking ahead to calmer waters and preparing to travel and preparing, like, what's next? Where do we go from here? The Fool energy, and saying, do you know what? Now I feel so much freer for doing this. Now I feel so much... That got stuck to my hand, so we're going to talk about that. Now I feel so much more free to actually make this leap of faith and make this leap of love towards this person. In fact, someone else might make the leap of love towards you if it's you that is really discussing and facing your fear. And it feels like a bit of self-sabotage as well. If you're really facing your fear and your self-sabotage and the way that you kind of try to overcomplicate things or have in the past, there's a real sense of success. And like, finally, like, we can just move on. We can it ride high. There's a sense of like, it It feels like your spirit team is literally standing on the sidelines, watching you parade past them with your newfound strength. Okay, it feels like inner fortitude. It feels like emotional intelligence here. And it feels like you've tamed the beast of letting the past or letting past hurts control you into your present and into your future. You feel like you have really overcome this. Now, this may involve some kind of therapy, but I really do feel like the therapy part of it can come from you getting in touch with nature and taking baths and like going for a swim and diving under a wave. There's something so therapeutic about diving under a wave, and that's not to discount the need for actual talk therapy if that's what you need to do. I feel like everyone kind of needs that at some point, but there is a sense of, instead of you self-sabotaging, and then instead of you going too far in the opposite direction and self-sacrificing, you know, and becoming a doormat for someone, you find like an enchanted balance. It feels very enchanted in the in-between, okay? And that is your strength. That is you cradling the sun and going, here is like the tipping point, the happy point. And it was 11:11 when I felt that. So yeah, this feels really freeing for you, feels really healthy for you. It feels like something, like a lesson has been imprinted into your brain, and your spirit team is literally standing here going, we're so proud of you, Libra. All right, let's get some people. Who else might this involve? In love. I feel like there's one more card. Okay, there's two. Five of Cups and the Hanged Man. So walking away from disappointment and actually having a new perspective on disappointment. Like I said, really healing from the past. Okay, healing from past disappointments and taking that time out, that limbo state, to actually just take a breath before you react. Okay, so it's and I feel like you're actually going to be quite proactive about the way that you prepare for future challenges. Okay, because you've got this inner awareness, you've got this spiritual enlightenment with this Hanged Man energy, you've got this new perspective, and you know that you don't want to experience that pain and that loss and that deception again, that emotional like tearing at the heartstrings again, where it feels like regret as well. It feels like things that you could have avoided if you had behaved differently. It feels like now you're kind of practicing how to be better at handling opposition, at handling demands, at handling, you know, just like adulting even. And you're allowed to have that just like pause. It's like freeze mode and go. Do you know what I mean? It's like you practice like what is going to come next, but it's almost like you're practicing it in your mind. Okay, so if you've ever tapped into neuro-linguistic programming, it's like you have a look at the way you can like really picture something, experience something in your mind's eye over and over and over again, bring up the feelings you want to feel instead of the ones that you are usually reactive to feeling, and you can reshape your reality in that sense. You've got the Queen of Cups and the Hermit in reverse. So coming out of that Hanged Man stage, coming out of that like flying solo kind of stage, and actually moving towards something that feels more stable and grounded and very, very loving, like heart on your sleeve, nurturing, compassionate. You're bringing out that side of yourself that you maybe were too scared to bring out before. This is very much the Neptunian energy here and the flow energy here. You've got a full cup of love, and it feels very much like emotional intelligence that you gain from this, and the end of solo dolo time, the end of like, not so much the end of independence, but the end of feeling so freaking lonely, because now you realize what you have in front of you. You have either options, or you have a person, or you have actual real self-love, and you can be really proud of the progress that you have made. This took a complete turn that I was not expecting, but I'm really proud of you myself, Libra, because it takes guts to do this. Can we get an affirmator message for Libra for love in the month of March? I think a lot of people underestimate the need for such times, and to be able to do this, like, I feel quite smoothly with this flow energy. Again, if you tap into water, You know, even if it starts raining, go and dance in the rain without making yourself sick, obviously. There's just a sense of like letting water run over you. Really let the day wash over you when you shower as well. Story of my life. Wow, you are changing the story of your life here. You are rewriting your story. I love this for you. Possibly you've seen generations of people in your family actually like self-sabotage so much good stuff in their life, and you're like, no, this is not the story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. Absolutely. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn the Pulitzer Prize for best inner monologue. Yeah, you're telling yourself a new story to start with in your mind, and then you start expressing it in real life. And look at that snake giving the mouse a bunch of roses. Okay, so just because people have put you in a box, and potentially family, friends, even yourself have put you in a box for the type of person you are, you can absolutely break out of that. Let's get some story dice on the best things. Let's get a really happy overview. What are the best things in love coming for Libra in the month of March, please? I feel like there's some happy tears and there's a release. That is a really good, healthy thing. There's a release of emotions coming through. It's shining a light on areas where it's shining a light on your strengths. It's shining a light on the things where you want to improve. It's shining a light on things that you can actually celebrate with that shooting star energy. It's shining a light on making a wish for the future. It's shining a light on like a twin flame kind of energy here, where you find like a really true soulmate, and one that is devoid of toxicity. There's a lot of backwards and forwards. So again, it could be therapy with communication, or it could be social media messaging. I feel like you even might be like making amends with certain people and sending apologies. There's a sweetness. You're taking a bite out of sweetness, and it feels really nice. It's almost like bite by bite, I actually make progress here. And it's putting those past memories, kind of like burning the book on the past memories that were keeping you out in the cold, and were disappointing you. And instead you're replacing them with happier memories. You're rewriting those memories. You're actually like rewriting over the hard drive. Like you're completely erasing those memories and replacing them with something good. Of course, that is something that you need to talk about in therapy, or, you know, that's not therapeutic advice right there, but it does feel like a sense of really like letting go for real, and letting much more happiness and warmth and compassion and nurturing come into your life. This feels like a bolt of lightning. It invigorates the rest of your life. It definitely invigorates your love life. I feel an unfolding happening here. There's a lot of mention of roses throughout this reading. So it does feel like something is soft and delicate, and it's like you're safe to be soft and delicate with yourself first, and then with someone else, and allowing that person to like give you love, receive the love. Okay, so I hope that you receive all the love that you need, Libra. Start with self. This is what I have for you. Very beautiful reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, please like and subscribe so we can see you in the next one. Bye.